Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to another episode of the Durango FS19-FS22 conversion, the map conversion series. So yes, we have been quite busy. In our previous 4 episodes we have converted basically the locations upper as well as the locations lower as well as all the ground textures. So that is 4 episodes already gone. Now in this episode we're going to carry on, obviously, and I want to stop where I've ended last time and quickly just show you. Remember, if you watch the previous videos, it's always a good idea to watch them. Obviously, if you want to convert a map, you can follow the whole process through my series and just do as I do and carry on, and hopefully we will together learn some stuff, that's the whole idea. Anyway, we came to a snag here with the electric hydro plant on the previous episode, and I just want to show you the problem wasn't in the thing. It was actually it wasn't converted properly because of that FS17 building texture. So that is the problem. I think I found a way around it. The first thing you can do, obviously, is just delete it out of the map. It's not really something that anyone is going to miss, is this thing here in the middle of the river. So yeah, at the end of the day, you can not bother with it, or we can fix it, or we can try and fix it. So what I'm going to do now that I know that it's not actually part of if the problem wasn't in the map here, it wasn't converted properly. Right, guys, so what we do here, I'm going to go into the FS19 actual FS19 map and just directly export only that one little thing. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. We can actually just delete it out, or I've actually already deleted it out, so we can leave it like that. No one will miss that little hydropower plant. But just for the sake of oh my word, I've opened it in editor 904. That you don't want to do. We have to do it in 822 so that all the things work correctly. All the shaders and all the links and everything must work correctly. So otherwise you're going to have funny things like that happen. Here we go. We have to open it in the right editor. But anyway, so what we're going to do now is we're going to find it here. We know exactly where it is. There it is. And then just press F to see it. And this is what it actually should look like. It's actually a nice little building, So what we're going to do is just export it by itself to a temporary location and first see if we can fix it. So let's try that in this episode. Well, I suppose we can do more in this episode. Let us go to, I've got a temp folder on the desktop, which is always nice. And electric hydro plant. Electric hydro plant, like so. Electric hydro plant. I could have copied it. Alright, parent directory structure. We don't want anything of those, so we know no on both of those because we want all the FS19 stuff to go into one folder. And now we can close the map without saving and simply navigate to our desktop temp folder where we've exported it to. And here it is with all its textures, everything about, and the shaders. Good. So let's open it up in 904 this time, because now that we have everything here, we want to open it up in 904 and just see what issues we have. All right, select it, press F to come to it, and still we have the same old problem, obviously, that we've had in there in the original. So I suppose we have to go to the visual side of things, because that's where your electric hydro plant material is, where the shader is. You see there it is, the FS17 building shader. Now I'm going to have a look what happens if I just delete the building shader, because that's normally what I do, just chuck the shader first and see what it looks like. Ooh, it looks horrible. Oh my word. Yeah, it doesn't look nice. I can't accept that, It's not going to work. All right. So if we delete, if we undo, can I undo? Nope, I can't undo that. So let us just go back to desktop temp. Just put the shader back. It was that one. And then obviously we'll lose the visual again. And then let's just see when we delete the gloss map, because sometimes the shader doesn't have any variations. So let us just delete the gloss map, because sometimes stuff happens when you delete the gloss map. In this case it doesn't do anything. Oh, I'm just going to close up and open up again, because otherwise we have problems like that. Okay, so let us see, what can we do? We have to figure out what to do with this thing. If we replace the shader with a FS22 one, which is in the FS19 support folder, so we can do that. Give that a try. Data, FS support shaders, and then it is a building shader. So there it is. What do we have? And give it a variation. No. Nothing really happens. Oh, we must probably press F, man. Oh my word. It will help if we press F. Alright, so let's just first go none and see what it looks like. It still doesn't look good. Yeah. Okay, so let's just see what happens if we chuck the gloss map. I would almost say this looks much better. I will almost say this looks way better. I can live with that for a as close as possible conversion. I don't know about you, but this really looks alright to me. Okay, so let's leave it as is. So that combination there worked. We added the FS19 shader for it. There it is. And we put no variation. If you do, let's see for fun what happens if we add a variation there. Color mask. Does anything change? Oops. It does actually give it this little funny things here. So I'm going to just leave the view there so we can see what happens if we change the variation. Okay. Nothing really changed there. Texture array. It didn't like that at all. Okay, so we've lost our changes because we didn't save. Okay, like my grandpa used to say, you know, leave well alone. If something is right, just leave it alone. Okay, so we know what we've done, so we can quickly just redo. We've changed the shader to a FS22 one. Data, FS support shaders, building shader. Great. And then we've deleted the gloss map just to get this stuff here looking like that. So you need a diffuser and a normal, because if you don't have a diffuser and a normal, you don't have texture on your building, you know. So yeah, that's the best we can do. So let's leave it as is, because I don't think we're going to get it any better than that. So I'm going to just save this i3D, and then let's have a look at our first close and then reopen. And then have a look at the console for errors. So if we have any errors, which I suppose we might have, who knows, and we can fix it and fiddle with the errors. Normal map file reference 10 not found in either the please convert this 5 error outdated. So the building shader has version 4. Building shader XML is version 4. Alright, so basically the building shader, and then there's a normal file reference 10 not found in i3D. So let us have a look at that. So we're going to right click, open with Notepad. That's the hydro, and then file reference 10. We don't have a file reference 10. No wonder. So I wonder what was file ID 10. There it is, the normal map. So the buildings array material normal map is not there. So we know where the buildings array material is. It is in that visual section. So we must just check that thing. There is the normal, but why is it not there? Alright, so normal map reference file 10 not found. Alright, so let's have a look at the visual. There's the gloss map, there's the normal. Hydroplant normal. What does it mean? It doesn't find the normal map. Electric hydroplant material. Was it that error? So let's just make sure of the error, what it's saying. It's electric hydro plant I3D. That's not normal map. File reference 10. File reference 10 is file ID 10. So what we need to do, guys, is just do this. File ID 10. Copy that. Control C. Let's just duplicate a line here. C, we Control C there, double V gives you an extra line. And then we take file ID 10, or just double click there and make it 10. And we know it is the normal map. So let us go to its buildings array normal, is it? Electric hydro plant diffuse, electric hydro plant normal. Which one is it? It is electric hydro plant normal. Alright, so that's the one. Electric hydro plant diffuse. Electric. This is from Sosnovka. It's an extra map for FS17, I think, where it was, if I'm correct. I can't remember. It does ring a bell somewhere. So we want the normal, electric hydro plant normal. Alright, so that's the name for it there. So copy that. And then just chuck it in here. Control V. .png is what we want. Like so. And then also, where is that file located? It's in temp. So it is in textures Sosnovka. Control C. So from the i3D, it's in textures Sosnovka. There you go. See. So it is there. Control V, like so. So it's textures Sosnovka, electric iron plant normal. Let's just verify that. So it's textures Sosnovka, because in temp is where the i3D is. So it's textures Sosnovka, and then there it is. Alright, good. So that should sort out that error for us. I'm not going to save it now because we still got this thing open. Now my question is, I did save it. I'm sure I saved it. So that was the one error, file reference, and then the building shader that we need to fix. So I'm not going to save this. I'm just going to close it up, and then I'm going to save this like so. So we need to take that building shader and just change this to version 5. It's just a shortcut and a jippo, so it will still give you a warning about UVs and what, but at least it's not an error message. Okay, so let's see. We should now be happy with our converted little building. Yeah, that looks very good. Excellent. You see, texture streaming needs UV usage. There is a way to fix that. I can show you, but I found leave it alone. It's not going to bother anyone. It's just a warning. And we're totally happy not to have UV usage, to be honest. So there it is. Our building is sorted. Great stuff, man. Okay, so now we can import that. So all I'm going to do now is grab everything in here, Control A, Control X, into the map, into imports, and I'm going to just drop a folder here and call it hydro plant, just like that, because it's not really relevant what we call it. What's more important is that we open the map now and import it. So we're going back into the map and pull it in, and our little hydro plant should now be looking much better. I'm just having a sip of coffee. So we are Great, and on our way to success. Right, so once this is done, we are finally done with our whole second, I can say second transform. Go import mods Durango imports hydro plant. There we go. Good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just drop it into the lower, because that's where it used to be. So I'll just drop it in there. That is now, if the lower must be 0. Whenever you drop something into a transform, make sure the transform you put it in is at 0. Otherwise, the thing that you put in there is not going to be there anymore. You see, so now I can click it, press F, and we should have a hydro plant. Looking good. How's that? Awesome, man. Awesome, guys. I'm so chuffed. All right. I can live with this little green moss growing on it and the textures that doesn't look so good. I'll take that. I'll take that above not having the hydro plant at all, you know. So that I'll leave it like that. Good. So now we just save the map. And once again, once it's saved, we can close it up and open up Durango FS22, the converted one from Giants. I'm just waiting for that to finish. My word, is it not finished yet? There it is. Alright, so open up here, and now we're going to import or export the next transform. Like I said earlier, one thing at a time, and as we go along, obviously we will learn and see what else to do. So the next one is decorations. Oh, this is going to be a lovely one. All the external stuff. You see, far distant yields, the heels, the wires and whatever, all kinds of stuff. Oh, and the water planes as well. Nice. I like. Great. So let us do that. So we're going to go File, Export with Files. All right. Durango. So we're going to go Mods, Durango, Imports. And once again, I'm going to put the R3D in here so it can replace textures where needed, you know, and files and whatever. So I'm going to also call this decorations, like so. Save it, and this time we're going to go yes, as this is the FS22 map. So we're going to go yes to both. Okay, there you go. And I'm going to close this now without saving. And we're going to go into our FS22 map, the actual one, and imports and find decorations. There it is. Decorations. So let's have a look what surprises there is. Hopefully nothing. That will be really awesome, guys. Open it up and there's no errors. How would that be? Oh my word. I must speak that more often, you know. As faith is, you know, faith is unseen, so we have to speak. There's no errors. I can't believe it. Well, I'll believe it. I'll take it. So let's just save it. All right. And make sure. Let's just select something there. Valley West Rocks. Press F. Let's have a look at how they actually come out. Oh, these rocks, I know they are a pest, you know. Yeah, they've got this gloss on them, you see. I've had this problem. I've had this problem on yeah, look at that. They've got this gloss on them. It looks like they're wet. So what we need to do with them, obviously, they're going to be a problem. So Rock Soft 02, let's just first have a look at what that looks like. So Rocksoft 02, rock set material, it uses rock set material. And if I'm correct, this thing also has this gloss over it. Yeah, it does. So what I'm going to do is chuck the, first of all, oh yeah, I can't, sorry. No, it's fine. It's still just the i3D. I thought I'm already in the map. I can. Alright, so I'm going to delete if you delete the shader, you're going to see immediately the rock is going to lose all its textures. So I just want to see it's using the shader, the triplanar shader, all right, and it's using the diffuse mix at the end. So triplanar shader under data shaders, triplanar shader. All right, so let us chuck the shader and see what happens. You see, now your rocks look horrible. They look like funny things. Actually, it doesn't look too bad, to be honest. The gloss is gone, which is nice, which I like. Ah, I can live with that. Yeah. That's that rock set material. And now there's obviously some other materials here. It's still on this one. So rock 04 uses rock set 01 material. Still the triplanar shader. So let's chuck that as well and see what that looks like. It does change the look of the actual how do you call it? The actual rock. Change a bit of a color, but I can live with that without worrying too much about it. I wonder if I put that shader back. Let's just do this just for fun. Follow data shaders, and it's a triplanar shader just for a test, guys. I like to play around with these things, and it was the diffuse mix that was on there. So now you can now see what the rock looked like. It was, oh my word, it's lost the material. That's why it's looking like that now. Okay, I'm just going to go out, don't save, and then back in, because then we don't lose anything, you know. We haven't saved. That's what's so nice about it. Fiddle around until you get it right and then save. But just make perfectly sure before you save. So rocks, where is that rock set stuff now? F. Just want to see where my rocks is. Oh, where's that rocks gone to now? I forgot to check where it is. Backdrop? Is it on the backdrop? No, it's not on the backdrop. It's definitely not on the water plane. Waterfall rocks, Valley West rocks. I think it was in here, Rocksoft. There it is. So if we go here now, back to this rock that we were fiddling with, it's got a little glossy color. Let's first just try and delete the gloss map, because most of the times the gloss map sorts out the issue. Then you don't have to worry about the shader. Yeah, you see, in this case it worked perfectly fine. So let's rather leave that like that. It is nice. So that was rock set rock 03 soft 02. So let's look at this one. This one has got the same thing. So let's chuck the gloss map. And I must say it also does work nice for this. So let's leave that. So that's rock 04. Valley West rock. So check this one. So this is a whole set of rocks. Now I know if you start fiddling with the shader on this, you lose texture on it, and it totally looks different. So there's a few of these around. So what we will do is find the LOD, and then first of all just chuck the gloss map on that, see what it looks like. You see, that's what happens when you lose the gloss map. The whole material, the whole thing goes crazy. Chuck the material. Okay, so it is Valley West rocks. So let's start over with that. Valley West rocks. If at all you fail the first time, you try a second time. I'm having some coffee in the background, guys. Valley West Rocks. And if you fail the second time, you try a third time, because we know now that works good. Rock 04 looks good if we do that. Alright, so I'm going to save here so that we don't have to do that every time. So I'm saving there to get a little bit of a head start, you know. And now we know that this gloss map, we can't delete the gloss map because it doesn't have a texture file. It only has a gloss map and a normal map. So the gloss map is actually the actual normal map, you know. So yeah, that's stuff to keep in mind. Alright, so which means that the texture is going to have stuff below it. See, a custom texture, so we can texture sheets, no specular. And that's part of the actual actual texture layout here, so you can't change anything there. But we can change the variation to see if we can find a better variation. What happens if we say none? How does the rocks look? It looks a tiny better. The gloss is gone, but it doesn't have that nice moss growing on it, you know, which I kind of like. I can live with this. I can live with that, to be honest. But I think it might look better. Yeah, you see now the gloss is back. Don't like that gloss. Terrain format, project 2 mask, and I think it's going to still have, oh, it's even worse. It really looks melting, eh? And the last one was the diffuse mix, which we know doesn't work. So it is going to be this. It is going to be this Cliff 01 material, and then what we're going to do, well, I haven't ever played around with the UV scale and that. I wonder if we can fiddle with that a bit, see if we can maybe get rid of some of this gloss. So let's look at that. If we change the UV scale to 0, ooh, nah, so that's less. What if we make this 1? No. Now I think we're just fiddling around. I just want to close it up, open it up, and then just remove that shader, or not the shader, the variation, a complete variation. So it is West Valley West Rocks, and this one here up to the LOD. Press F. Right, and then in here we just change the variation to nothing, and we're going to leave it like that. So that, sorry, looks very good. This is its friend, which is the same thing, which is looking good. Alright, so I think that's about all the rocks in Valley West Rocks. And then under rocks itself, what's this? Oh, this is the actual rocks from the map. Does it have any issues? Doesn't look like it has any issues, so I'm happy with those. Cave group, what's this? I think that's all right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the rest, because I think the rest of them will be fine. If we have any problems, we might have problems with the planes, with the water planes, because FS19 water planes do work different than FS22 water planes. So we might have shader problems there, but that's easy to fix in the map itself. So what I'm going to do is obviously just open up our console, check for any errors before we save, and there's nothing, so that is what we like to see. Save it up, close it up, and we are happy chappies. Alright, so now back to mods, Durango, no, this is the map. We want to import now into the map. So we open the map. Good. Well, I think, to be honest, I think we are doing great, man, guys. Keep this in the editor. No, I just want to close this up while we're waiting for the map to open. That was still the hydro plant XML, which we are totally happy with. Great. Oh, what is going on here? A normal map, text color, no such field in structure. Huh. What is going on now? Is this now all from the hydro plant? That's what I tell you. You have to keep your thumb on this thingamabob. No such field in structure. Building shader at XML. This is now because we've renamed. Yep, this is because we've renamed that that building shader. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you now. So open that up. Imports hydro plant building shader. Change this back to 4. Let it more have the warning, because there was no errors when we had it on 4. And let's just see what happens if we open it up now. Are we going to have problems? Am I going to have trouble with you? I'm going to have to spank him. It's naughty boy. Oh my word. Okay, let's have a look. Come on, what's taking so long? Oh wait, alright. Console, open up console. That looks much better. Much better. And our building still looks alright. I can live with that. Okay, so no more worries. I just want to verify. I know there should be a warning about that XML, that it's in version 4. There as version 4. It's an error. It's an outdated. So what? We're just going to leave it like that. Can't do nothing about it. You can spend 10 hours or 20 hours on it to have this tiny little building in your map. You know, that's what you can do. But I'm definitely not going to do it. Alright, so we're going into mods. Durango, imports, and we're going to import now the decorations and hope for the best. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best. Window console. Let's see what surprises have we got here. Huh, no surprises. I'm surprised. I'm totally surprised. How's that, guys? How is that? Now, I want to show you a tip here, guys, with water planes. This is a water plane creek. Oh, this guy's got like 2 million water planes running this thing. So what you can do, if you want a water plane to be actual water in FS22, first of all, you take the plane itself. You have to go and give the water a rigid body, first of all. And in the rigid body, you change the FF collision mask to, what was it, 80,000, I think. I think it was, if you clear it, if you go to 31, yeah, not 80,000, it's that, 80 million, I think, 80 million. So there you go. Then you have a static. It needs collision, obviously, because otherwise you're going to fall through it. And then it needs to be static. That's fine, and the mask hex is 80 million, and then transform rigid body. That is the lot. And now, believe it or not, you have a working water in your map. All right, variation is none. If you do change the variation to simple, it will change the look of your water plane. I'm going to leave it at none because it looks nice to me. It's totally all right. But if you do change it to simple, it's going to change the way your water look. You see, so now the water doesn't look as good anymore. So I'm just going to go back to none, leave it as it should be. and that's it. Actually, it didn't change back. Why did it not change back? None. Did I now? Oh, it's probably because I've changed the characteristics of this. Yeah, so if I now remove the visibility, the rigid body, man, not the visibility. Just want to check here. That should be fine. That one. Huh? I think I've messed up. So I'm just going to delete this. Anyway, the tip was, that was the tip, guys, to just do that if you want the water to be workable. I'm not going to do it on this map because it wasn't like that to start with. But it is something if you want to make your water plane, your water actually usable. But mind you, by the looks of it, this was like that. It was a bit funny looking. Is it maybe just because I've selected it? I think it's just me. It's just me, guys. It was fine. But if I look at that, there is two different colors there. But anyway, I'm not going to bother with that. What's important to me is our console and no errors. That's what we want to see. Good. Alright, so I'm just going to browse around quickly. I know there's a lot of stuff. There's rocks that we've imported. And where is all the decorations gone to? Look at that. Distant texture is very nice. Just want to have a quick browse at this thing. I think it looks alright, guys. Distant textures looks good. All these rocks and stuff looks good. Yeah. They look pretty nice. Pretty nice. Pretty pleased. I'm pretty pleased, I must say. Really. Okay. Okay, so that is definitely a done and dusted deal. So now that we know there's no errors, one last check since we've browsed around. Mesh cooking, waterplane Creek 05. Yeah, you see. That's what I said. If you sometimes browse around a bit, you start getting funny messages and error. Waterplane Creek 05. Warning, mesh cooking. Something is cooking, guys. Waterplane Creek 05. So let's go and have a look at Waterplane Creek 05. It's cooking. Waterplane Creek 05. Where's Waterplane Creek 05? Waterplane Beach, River Valley East. Let's just search for it. Waterplane Creek 05. F. Press F. Okay, so this is on the other side. So there's something cooking here, guys. I can't see what's cooking. They're talking about stuff that's cooking. I don't know what's cooking here. I'll fiddle with that a little bit. If I can figure it out, I'll let you know. If not, then I'll have to fix it somehow. Whatever. But something is cooking. I've never had that error, really. Can't recall that I have anything like that. Anyway, I'm going to save my map here and let's go for another import because we can live with the Waterplane Creek 05 cooking. I'll have a look just for fun, look at the differences between that and the other planes. There must be something, just a tiny difference. Maybe something is set differently and it's maybe on the same material and then you've got a problem or something like that, you know. So I'm not going to be bothered with that now. It's something that we can fix later on. So that we can close. Done with that. And back to our map. Next up, what's our next thing to export? I actually would like to work on 2 screens, guys, but for the sake of the video, if you record with 2 screens, you get this long one thing on the video, it is horrible to look at a video like that with two screens on one video. It just doesn't work well, you know. So anyway, I keep my recordings on one screen. That's why we have to jump into stuff and jump out of stuff all the time, you know, because it's better for the speed of the computer and also better for me, you know. All right. So the next one, roads. All the roads. Okay, here's another bridge with that road. Nice. I can see that bridge is going to have problems. Does it not already have problems? There's some wood on here, which doesn't look too good. Yeah, you can see there's some shader areas. Look at these rivets. Or these holes. Oh my word. This holes has got some serious problems. Okay. Okay, so I'm thinking, let's get it done with. We'll sort that out. It's going to be easy to sort out in the R3D once we, well, I'm saying it's going to be easy, but yeah, look at it going on. Okay, so file export selection with files. Back into imports, and we're going to call this roads. Just roads. Save. Whoop. And obviously we're in Durango FS22. That's a converted one by Giants, and we're going to go yes to both of them. And once again, close the map. We don't want to save. All right. And then into our Durango, the FS22 version, imports. And roads. Where's the roads? There's the roads. Okay, so open 904. Let's have a look. Right. What have we here? Is there problems? I hope not. Wow, there's no problems. I love it. All right, so now we can clearly find that little bridge. I didn't check to see what it was called. Maybe we should just search for bridge. If there is anything like a bridge. Street bridge, F. Yeah, it's not that one. This one, it's not that one. It's also good to have a look at these in any way to see. They all look stunning, man. Arc bridge, this one. No problemos. Wood bridge. I think it's going to be this one. Yeah, there's our friend. And you know, I think this bridge comes out of this bridge. I recall it might be the same bridge that's in FS19 in Ravenport. I think so. Yeah, I think so. All right. So it's wood bridge. So I think our problem is going to be here at this thing. So I'm going to just chuck the gloss map first of all. We haven't done anything yet, so and then it crashes. So don't delete the gloss map, eh? Okay, wow. All right. So why did it crash? So let's go bridge again. Bridge. Oh, you know what? It's probably because of the search. I found that if you finish searching, just cancel the search so you can go to the actual bridge. Yeah, that was definitely the problem. Press F to see it. Come closer to look at our problem areas, and then chuck the gloss map. Doop. There you go. No, it wasn't that. Sorry, guys. One more try. Like I said earlier on, if you fail the first time, try a second time. And I think after this roads import, I think we got enough for another video. So it is bridge. So we definitely have a problem there, guys. Bridge, wood bridge there. F. Alright, so what we're going to do is chuck the shader then and see what happens. Is it going to be the same horrible crash, or what's going to happen? Ooh, if you put the shader out, you're going to have a problem. Oh, it's the bolts, man. It's the bolts, guys. Let's chuck the bolts. That's what it is. All right. Okay. I never give up. That's one thing with me. I never give up. I try my best. Let's give it a go. Okay, bridge. Oh, my word. Bridge. Wood bridge. Wooden bridge. Close it up. press F for it, and then somewhere here is the bolts. You see? It's the little bolts. It's this nasty little things that's flashing. Alright, so let's start with this one, guys. Let us see if we just give it was on decal color mask. Just remember it's on decal color mask. So let's go none there. So there's no, yeah, now it's going totally crazy. Okay, let's just chuck the whole shader all together and see what happens. I can live with that. I can live with that. That's much better. Alright, so it was just a shader. Shader giving problems. Nothing new, guys. Nothing new. Alright. So, I think, as for the rest, there might be these rocks. Might have some gloss on them. Yep, there's some gloss here. And before we carry on, I'm just going to save here, because we now know that we have a working thingamabob. So this rock has there. And let's first just see what it's got. It's got a diffuse. It's got a gloss map. So what happens if we leave the gloss? Does it start looking nice? It does look nice. Alright, so that is sorted. And that will be on all the rocks. If they've got using the same material, that's alright. Mesa Central, Curve Street. Curve Street Junction. I don't see much of anything else that will... There's the bridge. Curve T Junction. Don't really see anything else that will... give us hassles. Alright, let's save it up here. One last check for errors here on the export. There's no errors. Wonderful, I love it. What, haven't you saved? I thought you have. And then guys, one click back, open the map, and let's import and end this number 5, video number 5. We're slowly making progress, guys. Slowly but surely. Getting to the fun stuff, which is going to be obviously the placeables. Working through the whole list of placeables. That is hours and hours and hours of work, because you have to convert those things. You can't take over the FS19 ones. You have to put in FS22 ones. And I'll show you how to do that. It's a time-consuming process. But yeah, obviously I won't... put you through the whole process, but I mean, have a look at that, guys. Our map is starting to look like Durango. Slowly but surely we're getting there. Slowly but surely we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I'm always going to say this ground texture has got a little bit of too much of a glow, but I'm going to leave it like that, because we're still going to put the foliage over, as I said earlier on. Right, import Durango. Make sure it's the right thing we're importing from. You always want to import out of your map. You never want to import out of any other directory than your map directory, because otherwise you're going to have a problem. Okay, so roads. Bring it in. It's going to make a huge difference to the map. There it is. Have a look at that, guys. Have a look at that. Bridges and stuff. All this stuff. It seems like there was something here as well. Oh, the trains. The train still needs to come here. Good. Look at that. Our bridge. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Alright. So, obviously, console. Let's hope for no errors. Yeah, that's what I like to see, man. That's what I like to see. And obviously, we only have that one now. The outdated custom shader. Building shader. Alright, so I can live with that, guys, for now. Great, man. Guys, that brings us to the end of episode number 5. Really big thank you to everyone. If you've liked this series and if you enjoyed this, please do consider supporting me on Patreon. If it does help you, do help me. I really appreciate that. And then also a big thank you to everyone that does support me. You guys are spectacular. I love it. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. A big thank you. And guys, thank you so much. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care, man. Cheers.